why would I show you something that comes during a timeout? Do you think that this golden ball go in?
A gold ball.
What are the chances there?
Wow, behind the line.
Half court,
Count
over
it.
half court shot. Look at the guy's face, like, woo. So he's celebrating. They're trying to get him off the court. Lee's out there like, hey, you get excited. Tyrese Maxey's like, no, I got to celebrate with this guy. He just won 10 grand. Boom. And he's like, look at me. So Lee's like, yeah, we're excited for you, but you got to get off the court. We got a game. He's like, no, I need Paul George. I'm wearing Paul George's jersey. Yeah, Paul George.
Oh, my God.
Yeah, Paul George.
How good is this?
Go.
I love it, brother. I love it.
Seriously, sir.
Look at that. You got to leave now.
He wants to just jump up with anybody. He just won $10,000. He's jumping up and hitting everybody in that one. But him just looking around is a little bit like Jimmy V, like, I need someone to hug. All the guys coming through in that one. So congratulations to that fan, and congratulations to the Sixers, because they are hosting on Wednesday. That game is at 7:30 here in Xfinity Mobile Arena. They will host the Magic in the 7-8 game. The Sixers are the 7 seed. The Magic are the 8. So they're hosting, and that means also one more game for Matt Cord. Hopefully a couple more games for Matt Cord, but at least one more in that regard. So Mark Jackson, now they know it's Wednesday. You can make your plans. The Sixers can make their plans.
Absolutely, Amy. I already booked my flight to Puerto Rico. We're going to play some golf for 2 days. But, listen, big win for the Sixers. Big win. Well, difficult loss for Orlando. We can stop saying go Celtics. We're done with that.
Yeah, we're done. Anyway, that was a one-time thing.
Thank you, Orlando, for think he was going to win that game and give him Mazzulla more ammunition for his players. I just wish I was in the huddle.
Right?
You see the disrespect rate? Listen, we're hosting the game. Everybody come out. Bring the heat. Let's go.
Yeah, Coach. I mean, this is obviously the ideal scenario. It's not ideal if they're in the play-in, but this is the best of what they could have hoped for.
No question. And am I correct here? If they, in fact, do win this home game against Orlando, that would give them the 7th spot?
Against
and 7 plays, I believe, number 2.
That's right, which are
Celtics.
The Celtics. So that's exactly what the Sixers are hoping for. They get that 7 seed, they win, they get the rest of the week off, and then they would face the Celtics starting on the weekend. Let's check in now with Tyrese Maxey.
Other side of that door. You guys were obviously watching the end of that game. Just what was it like as a group to sort of watch a close game like that, knowing that your own stage is kind of involved in that?
I guess that's the closest I get to March Madness. I never did that before. But, that was cool. That's fun. I mean, that's just cool moment for our team.
Just initial thoughts on now having to face the Magic in the play-in game.
Yeah, I mean, they're a tough team. They won like 5 or 6 straight prior to right now. They're getting guys back, and they're a playoff team. They've been in the playoffs the last couple of years. They know how they're going to play. They have very good talent, and they're well coached, so it's going to be a good challenge for us.
What was behind the uptick of aggression from you in the second half?
Yeah, honestly, I wanted to get in the rhythm. I'm going to be honest with you. First half, I was just trying to, kind of stay clear of everything because, I don't want to really get hurt. And then I was like, listen, use this third quarter to just get a rhythm going, see some threes go in, see some buckets go in, It's like I know how you'll be aggressive no matter what whenever we have to play. So I just want to get a little rhythm going and try to get the game over so we could sit down and rest.
With the injuries you guys have had in Joel, obviously his situation, where do you think this team is continuity-wise to being together on the court?
This is what we've been doing all year. We've been going through this all year. So I think the couple days or however many days we got, practice will be good for us. Just know we're going to run what we would like to run, how to get Paul the ball, how to get Q involved, how to get our scorers involved, BJ, all of us. I think that'll be good for us.
If you think about this matchup, the only game you lost to them this season was blowout at home.
Yeah.
How much stock do you put into that outcome, or do you ever think about that at all?
It was so long ago, but we owed them one for home. You know what I'm saying? We gotta try to avenge that loss. I mean, that was a really bad loss for us. So, I mean, 2 other times we played them at home, we won. I think we played them on the road and we won. So, it's a good team. It's a good team. I'm saying it's a really, really good test for us. I think it's a good opportunity for us. Good opportunity for some guys that don't have any postseason experience to get some too. I think it'll be fun.
What do you tell those guys like BJ, Justin, over the next few days about what a playoff game atmosphere could be like?
Yeah, I mean, just be prepared for anything. You know what I'm saying? The playoffs and playoff atmosphere and all that stuff, playing all that. A lot of things weird happen in playoff games. You know what I mean? But trust your work. Shoot the ball when you're open. Make plays when you're open. Pay attention to detail. Know the scouting report. That's really it.
You kind of touched on this on the last road trip too, but just given the situation you guys are in heading into the postseason, what type of leadership is that requiring? How do you right now?
All-time high. I've been leading in different ways all season since, the summertime. And this is a great opportunity for myself to try to lead us and try to get us to the playoffs and try to lead this group. I've been leading this group all year, and I'm happy to lead this group no matter what the circumstances is.
He is leading this group. He is the de facto leader because he's been their best player all year. He's all-star starter. The torch has been passed, however you want to call it, but he's been that voice, and he's been that, I asked him afterwards, like, you talked about the vibes. He's like, it's really just about keeping everybody together. And how important is that, Mark? He's only 25 years of age, but the way that he carries himself, you could tell me he's been in the league for 12 years.
Exactly. He's so mature, though. But I think that's what leaders are. In order to be a true leader, you have to be mature because people are not going to find no immature people. Mm-hmm. And he's been just that. To watch the way his maturation throughout the years, not just on the court, people. We see him bringing different things to his game every year, but it's who he is as a person. You could tell he was raised good. He knows what the game is about, and he wears it on his sleeve that ball is life. And when you got that kind of mentality, guys are going to play for you.
Yeah, I mean, Coach, you're looking at a guy that, and they showed it during the broadcast, his first year he's averaging next to nothing. And then to see where he's at this year, top 5 in scoring, so many categories that he's top 5 in offensively in the league. But really, he leads by example, I think, really more than anything.
Yeah, I would agree. He just has a certain, it's a unique demeanor, I believe. Guy's always, on a high in terms of his personality, doesn't allow missteps to get him down or affect his play. He's a very positive person. I think it carries over into his persona as a player, and other players realize that.
Agreed on that one. So Tyrese Maxey leading his Sixers team as they are the 7th seed. They are hosting. We just found that out just moments ago. That game will be on Wednesday, 7:30 here at Xfinity Mobile Arena. So make sure you get all of your plans in order. We will bring you Sixers pregame live and postgame before and after every single playoff game, including Wednesday's play-in. So make sure you keep it right here as well. No matter what the game is on, we will always be with you so you can get all the postgame reaction afterwards as well. So let's remind you how this play-in tournament works, because it's been a minute. They were in it once before where they beat the Heat. So this is how it's going to work. The Sixers are the 7th seed. They'll host Orlando. That one is Wednesday. The winner, you win that game on Wednesday, you become the 7th seed in the playoffs, and you play the 2 seed, which is the Boston Celtics. If, for some reason, the Sixers lose to the Magic, they still get another chance. They would then have to beat the winner of the 9-10. They also would get to host that game, which, Coach, I think is really important. Not only do you get 2 bites of the apple, you get 2 home bites at the apple. So if you somehow lose that 7-8 game, you still get to play for the 8th seed. If you win, when you win that game, then you become the 8th seed and you would play the Pistons. How important is it to get to two home bites of the apple?
Yeah, I think it is important, but I will say this team, despite a myriad of injuries over the course of the season, you heard the question there, I think it was addressed to Maxey, about continuity and the difficulty in establishing it. This team won 45 games. So that's what puts them in the position that they're in. They deserve 2 cracks, as that's the way this play-in format has been structured. But if you told me, given all the injuries that they had this year, the lineup changes, over and over on a consistent basis, that they were going to be able to win 45 games, I would have been very doubtful.
Yeah, let me give you a little perspective on that, because I think that's a really good point. 21 games out of 82, that's when they had their full complement of Tyrese Maxey, Joel Embiid, and Paul George. 21 of the 82. To finish 45-37, I think is pretty remarkable, including a stretch where you didn't have Paul George for 25 games. They went 13-12. And in that stretch, you didn't have Joel Embiid for 19 or Maxey for 9. To finish above 500 in a stretch where you're missing a good chunk of your offense, I think is really impressive.
Absolutely it is. Because you know what? Listen, we give credit to where credit is due. We want to talk about Maxey, we want to talk about Joel, we want to talk about Paul George. But you have to mention the nucleus of role players. Mm-hmm. That record would not have been possible without the nucleus of role players and Nick Nurse. You got to give him credit where credit is due. How many games, Amy?
21.
21 out of 82 games, you're apparently your best 3 players played with, or your whole complement of players, and you still finish that kind of win? That's fine with me.
That's basically a quarter of your season.
There you go.
So 3/4 of your season, you did not have your 3 best players out there. Sixers found ways to win, and that's what they're going to do on Wednesday and hopefully beyond. We're going to talk about some of those role players, Justin Edwards, Quentin Grimes, coming up here on Sixers Postgame Live brought to you by Cure Auto Insurance, how those role players can help the Sixers going forward.